This is Trans-Africa Radio.
Taking us to 5 minutes after the hour of 3 p.m. Central African time. It is a Monday. We are chasing those Monday blues away if you are having any. I don't know why you'd have Monday blues, right? Though. Like, it makes no sense to me. Do you know
it's a wrong job. It's not a Monday blues.
And Monday in French actually means my day. So you should make it the best my day as possible. Start off your week in the right way possible. So
own it. Then you own the whole week.
Yes.
Then the month. Then the year.
Then the decade.
Then the next thing, you're a legend.
Like yourself.
Oh my God. Wow. Woo!
You are a legend.
Somebody tell my mama.
Celeste Ntuli is in the building. It's a mad comedy Monday. We are having fun for this next hour with this beautiful, beautiful and vibrant woman right here on Utopia. We're getting to know a little bit more behind her, the comedian, of course, the actress as well. You know. You're busy, you.
Yeah, you see, and I think I couldn't call myself an actress up until I got an award, and I said, okay.
Hey.
Yeah, now I can tell people. I used to be like, I'm a comedian and I act.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I guess it took time.
So what made you get into the world of acting?
Funny enough, I wanted to do drama.
Yeah.
Right after high school, but something messed up with application forms and with the dates, and I didn't know that they had some auditions and other day the dates that were auditions. I was busy, and you know that you have to make a decision. You're like, yo, there's no way I'm finishing matric and I'm sitting at home. No. I took the second option,
especially the parents' house.
Never. So I took the never.
A black parents' household. I'm like, no, I'm taking a gap here.
Nah, what gap? You must mind the gap. So I ended up doing entertainment technology, but I've wanted to act. And it was evident because even at tertiary, I was more friends with people that did drama than being friends with people that did entertainment technology like me. You know what I mean? Most of my friends were drama students. As a result, most people that went to tech with me believed that I started drama.
Hey.
Yeah, I used to do street theater with them. You know Don from Uzalo?
Yes.
Yes. We went to school together, and Tenji, we're the one that does comedy now. So we went to those.
I love Tenji.
We went to
so much sauce in that girl.
Yeah, we went to tertiary together. So we were friends like that, and well, they did drama. I was not doing drama, and then because I was their friend, they would cast me in these things, street theaters. So I think for me it has become full circle because as much as those were the days, but when I finished tertiary, the first thing that brought me back to stage, except for working behind the stage, was comedy. Yeah. So comedy has driven me back to acting, of which I love, and I would say comedy is my first love, because it really provided everything in a sense of who I am, what is it that I wanted to do in life, and it's literally my freedom. You know, when you have that space that this right here is my freedom, comedy is my freedom.
I love that. Comedy is your freedom.
It's my freedom, Brad. Like, you know, people decide. We have different definition in life of success and what makes you free. Yeah. You know, some people are more free when they have someone that they love, and because that defines success for them. You know, some people money defines it differs, and there's a difference again in finding a business, a job, and in finding your passion. Yes. Comedy is my passion. I see beyond the passion. I see a calling more. I see like this thing when everything about my life was preparing me to be a comedian. Now that I see.
So you didn't choose comedy. Comedy chose you.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. But of course, because I grew up in the rural areas, we didn't have those choices. It was not, comedy was not an obvious thing.
Entertainment.
So who else? Because the first time I saw a comedy show was when I was watching the Kings of Comedy that was borrowed by my friend's boyfriend. I think it was 2000. Yeah, I think it was 2004 or 5. This was the first time I'm being introduced. Oh no, 2003 to early 2000.
Are you telling me about Steve Harvey?
Yes.
Bernie Mac.
For
and
me,
all of those people.
For me, the first ever comedy I've watched was Richard Pryor. Ooh. And the Kings of Comedy, and rather at the same time, because I was borrowed those DVDs and I watched them, and for me it's like, oh my God, this is something I can do, because I'm like this when I'm at the parties and somewhere else, but you know, I'm that person. I just need to dress up and go to stage, like, and I found it very liberating, and the things that they were saying, you listen to Richard Pryor now, his comedy is still
very relevant.
And then it shows you that the thinking is beyond just.
Like even some of your own colleagues in the comedy industry, the likes like John Flissmas, he was inspired by Richard Pryor, just to mention.
No, he's the king. Because he unpacked, you know, the storytelling was on point with him, and you knew with each and every line there is definitely going to be a punchline. You know, there is a punchline and there is a lesson in that punchline. It makes sense. He was just a genius like that. I think he made it easy, and I'm glad that he is the person that I will say he introduced me to comedy, because I watched he's the first person I watched as a comedian, and for me that has always been what I grade myself against. I'm like, I'm nowhere near that yet.
Yeah, but I'm getting there. Celeste Ntuli is in the building. It's not a situation, it's a lituation. You know, it's up in this right now. Utopia is the name of the show. Make sure you send me any questions or comments that you want me to give to Celeste. WhatsApp +27 7925 44329. On Twitter at KEA NCUBE, NCUBE. For the rest of my Africans, you know.
NCUBE.
And of course at Trans Africa 872. So you said, KEA, school me a little bit. I'm taking you to Cameroon right now.
Oh yes.
We are traveling
to
Cameroon.
Like, I want to come out with a lot of collection of music. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Let's go.
Goodness.
No, you're.
Yeah.
You know, Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. There's this brother named Keisha, He did a Kazomba remix. Oh goodness.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, no, it's actually really.
The way she says, oh goodness, guys, you should have seen her face. Oh goodness.
It's better than the original.
Really?
I like to believe.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that happens.
I'm a big fan of Ed Sheeran, but no shame. Keisha showed him flames on that one. Just like, no, let me just put something here and something there.
No, but it does happen. I was listening to this track and it's done by Cotton Bailey. Proper Sade song, but Jesus.
Yeah, goodness.
I promise you, I think even Sade will listen to that and go, what is going on?
This is the one.
Why didn't you tell me I was doing it wrong all this time?
So you didn't exactly study what you wanted to study, but you were able to get the formal education without being in class.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah. And do you remember the first show, your first comedy show? And how was the experience for you? Like, super nervous? Or you just like, this is
my first comedy show was, I would say, the crazy experience. And because someone just called me and said, oh no, I called my friend, and then he told me that he got an opportunity for me to go and perform at the church, one of those marquee churches.
Hey, ooh, goodness.
We call them Deben July.
Yeah,
one of those marquee churches, and I went there, and I was paid, and because it's a joke of mine. I always tell comedians that, listen, I've never done an open spot there. From the first gig I was paid.
Never.
It was 500 rand. And then I was told not to say about so many things. Not to talk about religion, not to talk about Jesus, and of course, you know, you're in the Jesus house now. You can't just mess it up.
But how do you avoid that? Because it's so tempting to, you know.
Now that I look back at it, it taught me to be able to be vulnerable on stage, because by them telling me not to say this, that, and the other, and I found myself going, what am I going to talk about then? You know, because I'm a party animal. Obviously, I can't bring in, you know party social issues here. They're not going to relate. It's a church. But I ended up, left with me as a subject to talk about. I remember I talked about my first comedy set was about me growing up in a family of 8 and growing up so fast, you don't have anything that fits you,
That's
remember
lot,
when like you size 7 and in June you size 7.5.
Hey, I think in my case it was size 7, then in June I was size 8 to 9. Like 7.5 was no such thing.
No. When I was growing up, I'm 38. There was the 7.5 and a 1.5. I remember I used to get 2 shoes a year for school because at every 6 months I've grown an inch or 2.
And everyone at home was just like...
So, and my mom was like, I'm not going to waste my money. I'm just going to buy you at a Pep. People enjoying Boom Boutique. I'm joking. That's what we used to call it. But it was cheaper. It was for me. And those are my comedy. Like, I grew up understanding that I'm growing up so fast, I must just relax on having posh stuff and brand names. Actually, we didn't have them at home. It was 8 of us. I mean,
that's a lot.
I couldn't keep up.
Like, that's a lot of children. 8.
Yeah, 8.
Like, how did he get the individual attention from...
You see, that's why I always tell people, what individual attention? You are eating, you are sleeping. What else do you want from a parent?
Wow.
Like, really? What else? How many hugs do you need so that you can be able to become a doctor? Like, what is your problem?
At least 1 per day.
I think we get a hang. I don't have kids. I'm not gonna talk as if I'm a parent.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna speak on behalf as a human being and an understanding. Some of the things are just way too exaggerated. As a human being, you are born in this life for you to discover yourself.
Yeah.
Just like an animal. So people, for them to at 40, you are still like, hey, my mom did this, that's why I don't work. Like, really, at some point, it's time for you to just stand up and do whatever that you need to do.
So the
entitlement and that whole thing of people are now depressed. Black people used to be not depressed. All of a sudden, they are depressed. Why? Because you used to wanting things. I started doing comedy in 2005. My mom has never seen me once. Am I dying?
No.
Because I understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't translate she doesn't love me.
Yeah.
I get where she comes from. I get who she is.
Like,
and that's another thing of understanding that we must think out of the box. Thinking out of the box doesn't necessarily mean... You see, people are easy saying think out of the box as long as you're going to think like them. If you're going to think out of the box and you think on your own ways, like, oh, no, you are too rural or you are too this. It's... No, I've never been... We grew up at 8. It was 8 of us and we got enough attention, I will say. We didn't even have birthday parties. But it's okay. My other sister is a doctor. My other sister is a chef. I don't think it's too much of a train smash.
No,
unless if you have that time, yes, hug. I'm not saying just be crucial, but just be rude. But I think what has made us as black people mostly for our family structures to fail is for us as kids, we fail to understand what we're parents facing then. Mm-hmm. And we always talk about, I'm going to give my kids what they didn't have. But you don't understand what your parents didn't have in order for them not to be able to give you what you wanted. And at this point, that's when we end up giving kids what we didn't have, but we don't tell them what we didn't know.
Ooh.
And it's a problem.
Then it's a problem.
We have a dumb kid with all these brand names. It's a problem. And I think my kid will understand. I'm a comedian. If I will ever have to have babies, they will get to know. You might not get 14 hugs, but guess what? You'll get a sandwich.
You'll get the love.
With cheese.
Yes.
Okay? And you'll go to school, okay? And you'll get dressed. And I will tell you over the phone once a while, just like a boyfriend that disappears, that I love you. You must just be with an assurance. No, because you know what? The break that we don't provide for our sisters and our families, we provide it for our boyfriends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can tell even your girlfriends, she's a babe and I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll never speak. But your ex-boyfriend has been coming back for 14 times in your life.
Hey. Let me just play another song because I already have nothing to say after that.
Not that I'm saying don't go back, I'm just saying
Yes, that is the one. Kizomba style. He's representing the country of DRC, Keisha is. And he does remixes of quite a number of artists. So this was his latest remix of Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. And like I said, I prefer it from the original.
When am I having a good time and just have you playing your music? Because I feel like I need to just sit down and let you do your thing, girl.
No, we can do it, Chad. We can organize it.
Yeah. I need this kind of a DJ in my life.
And before that, we traveled to Angola, Sikwato Pedro featuring Salty Soul with Love Again. Yeah.
Wow. So I love Salty Soul.
Yeah, I love Salty Soul.
I think okay.
Representing the country of Kenya.
I like okay.
Get yourself some Salty Soul loving there.
Oh gosh.
So Celeste Ntuli is in the building, guys. +27792544329 is the WhatsApp line. On Twitter at KEA NCUBE is my Twitter handle. And of course, ours is a Trans Africa 872 and hers at Celeste Ntuli.
Yeah,
easy. That's simple.
Don't change the working formula.
So Celeste, you're in the world of comedy, yeah?
Yeah.
You're a black woman. Mm-hmm. You're an outspoken black woman.
Yeah.
The challenges that you have faced to get to where you are right now, what are some of those?
I used to say I don't have challenges. Now I realize I was just swimming in my own lane and I didn't even realize what was the challenge.
Yeah.
The challenge is people, more especially in this country. I would say people like me, and by like me, I mean in general, if there's a certain look, there's a certain thing that they go for. The challenge is when people don't see the work you've done. Mm-hmm. It's not about that you're doing it for people, but if your peers do not understand that you've done what you are working on, at what level, or you find people trying to book you for 2,000 rand that know you, and you're like, okay. No. What is it that I should do for you to understand that? And then they go and pay some other people huge amount of money, and you're like, okay. So I think the challenge is when you are not normal. And by normal, when I say you're not commercialized, or I've had issues with getting management company, a team that is going to be able to sell me in a proper way. I found myself, even at this age in my career, I still call people, still have to interact. I don't have, some people think I have like this huge team. Yes, I have people now, but I just started working with them in March, and it has always been that issue of finding PR people in this country don't know how to sell an artist, most of them. Yeah. They sell what is common. When you're not it girl looking like, they don't know what to sell, how to sell you.
So if you don't have to weave,
if you're not a typical, I'm gonna sell show it. I can't show it guys on the cleavage, but it's not me, and I can't sell maybe like a makeup or that's not me. And I get it, and I'm not saying those that are doing it are wrong. I'm just saying then people fail to understand that as artists we're different. Yeah, we cater for different markets, and then you find PR people and managers that can't sell you the way you. I sell myself better most of the time. Yeah. Than people that are supposed to sell me and supposed to sell my vision and my brand, and that has always been, I would say, a challenge. But then again, I don't look at it as a challenge as much, because here I am doing my tour that came from that. For me to do a black tax is because my former management company didn't believe in my dream, and I literally had no choice rather than to start my tour or to go out and look for someone who's going to believe in what I believe in. So starting my tour was the easiest thing to do. So now that I've done it, I see people now seeing the vision after. But I realized that, sometimes it's all about the journey. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to maybe go through that to understand my worth, to understand myself, and to understand my work. Yeah. And that has come out of that. Yeah. But it's a serious problem in this country that most talented people are not sold properly. And there are so many PR people out there who can assist,
but who call themselves PR agents.
You know what I mean? Like if and there's no such thing like, but you must find a PR. But if you're a PR person and you see an opportunity, if I was a PR person and I see people that are not managed properly but they have the great talent, why can't you work on that rather than to work with people with no talent and convincing us that they have talent?
That they have talent. And the thing is, you can't really sell someone without talent, because it's going to show.
But these days they do, eh? That's a bottom line. People come up on social media and they think they have it.
But don't you also think that the public per se can see through all of that facade?
Yes, definitely. Because I always say, I don't have much numbers on social media, like maybe most of my peers.
Yeah.
But my numbers show when my shows are sold out. Now, those are my numbers. You know what I mean? And those are proper numbers where people say, I'm getting ready, I'm getting dressed, I'm going to watch Celeste at Silver Star for 200 Rand for this time, and I'm going to go out with my person. And it humbles you as an artist to now perform and have that person in mind who had so many choices but chose to come to your show. And our shows are at night, so definitely that person has planned the thing.
They do something.
It's not like they were walking around the mall and there you were, you know. So I feel like those are this at some level. There's a bit of an illusion with this social media numbers and whatnot, and people, because I've seen so many people on social media, but on stage they don't deliver.
Yes.
Then it's a problem. Then it also that challenges this industry as a whole, in saying which one comes first. Does popularity comes first, or the talent comes first? And what are we trying to do, and what are we trying to drive? Because if you're gonna have 80% of popular people in South Africa, 80% of them are not as talented to compete with the global village, then we have a problem.
Yeah. Hey. Ooh, Celeste. Ooh, that one is real. So how do you not because there are people out there, like you're saying, social media versus reality.
Yeah, so definitely.
How is it, what can you say to children or other individuals out there to not let the social media popularity cloud them? I think we, as a country, I just had a talk with young kids from high school in the Youth Day, June 16. I'm grateful to have those moments as a comedian where I meet people and I have to address them and maybe in hosting, and they say, can you guest speak this? And funny enough, this has been happening lately. I don't know, maybe people now are starting to listen to what I'm saying. Maybe that makes sense. I didn't even think of like that. So my thing is, myself is a very important subject that now is not tackled. People answer who they are by what they've watched. They don't ask themselves questions of who they are before they watch anyone else. You know what I mean? And it's easy for you to say, you can nail looking like Kiabeto because you've seen her. Yeah. Now I'm gonna tweak this, I'm gonna do that, put up a cleavage, look more nicer like this and that, because I'm copying you. But answering your own questions, and which is why you see so many beautiful people with perfect eyelashes, perfect everything, they're still singing. They haven't worked on themselves. You've worked on the outside. What about the inside? Because the inside will tell you what should be the outside look like. That's why now you're walking around on social media. There's a lot of Kim Kardashians, they're copycats. Everyone looks like everyone. There's no one who looks like themselves, because the subject of myself is not attacked. And it's very important in this country, because we're coming from this country as a whole, as a country, we are redefining ourselves. Yeah. And in our redefinition, we must tell our kids that, listen to yourself, look yourself into the mirror and say, you know what, this is what I love to do. And because in the midst of all these lashes and whatnot from Dubai, you're going to have issues of finding out exactly what is it that you want, what is it that you like. Recently, I had 3 jobs. I was working as an actress, doing radio, comedy. But it said to me, well, are you really going to do these 3 forever? Which one do you want to do the most?
Which one is you? Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong in that, because in choosing exactly the stuff that you are meant to do, you are choosing your purpose, and you are responding to the question that the universe is asking: who are you and what are you here to do? We are not all here to show a nipple, guys. There are people, that's why you have people showing nipples, but they've got a public board. You're like, I win. You should have stayed home like most people. And when I come in and I'm dressed and I look myself like, yes, Dula. You look nice, you know, because I've never been the one to hide behind their thinness and how they look like. I was also on some, okay, I'm here to represent the winter stock. I mean, seriously, you know. But it's all about understanding yourself and just loving who you are. And you don't have to bash other people. You just need to love yourself.
Simple as that.
Listen, people out there, they have the monkey see, monkey do syndrome. You love yourself, they will love you.
Done. Let's travel to the country of Zambia. She goes with the name of Shadaya. Firstly, I know it's going to sound like I'm hating right now, but it's not a matter of that I'm hating. There's so many women in Africa that are doing such great music, right?
Yeah.
But most of them are coming out of Nigeria. And I'm not saying there's a problem with that. I love you, Nigerian women. Absolutely love you all. So now that there's someone coming out of Zambia, I'm just like,
it's variety. The more the merrier. Like, I hear you.
So can we travel the continent with these beautiful women?
I hear you.
Hence I'm loving Shadaya that so much. That's her with No Money, No Honey on TransAfricaRadio.net on a Mad Comedy Monday.
I mean,
ooh, wow.
Across the entertainment space.
Yes.
It's not only music.
Just it's huge.
You know, Hlomla Dandalas and some of the South African actors and actresses have worked with other Nigerian actors, and I've done a movie with AY 10 days in thingy in Sun City. I was in the movie. I'm going to perform with Basket Mouth in Lagos in September. So I that whole us coming together. Yes, I'm coming to a lot of the ribs. Yay, Lagos people, be recognized.
Can you pack me in your suitcase?
Listen, I'm so excited. They say, Madam,
yes,
we can marry you at the airport. I was like, now I'm done. I always tell people I'm not single. It's just that I don't have a visa.
You don't have a visa. And they told.
Like,
issue with South African
yeah, I'm going to climb those mountains. Anyways. My point was that I love the whole, you know, us coming together, even with the Comics Choice. And by the way, I'm nominated, guys. Yes, I'm so happy. With Comic Choice, there's also comedians from other countries, other African countries. Entertainment is going to bring us together. Entertainment is going to be what we wish as Africans to have a no visa, no border Africa that we wish for in our hearts. I know some people are like, but it can be an amazing thing because in Europe, Europeans are so tight and know each other because they've been traveling amongst each other.
No visas.
No visas.
Like, all they have to do is jump on a train.
And it makes you know better. There are so many people who are like, you, Nigeria, ooh, how do you see with Nigerians? Now they listen to the music, the heart is better. And they think.
So happy.
You know, it's a nice thing. I love the integration. So I'm a follow Zambia too soon. Thank you to you.
And they told goodness. So let's go come back with the toe, man.
Yeah, I think I can understand that route in this country. I'm gonna take down a list. And I'll be there doing comedy and pimping at the same time. Oh God, now 10,000 this one. I'm joking.
Talking about jokes, Black Tax.
Yeah.
The preparations for the show, how long has it been in the making to eventually just come on stage?
Last year I started the tour. Yeah. But I didn't understand the magnitude of what I was, you know. I literally bit like a fat person usually. You bite, you don't know how big is the chunk.
All you know is that you bit, you go chew and you go swallow.
And it was difficult, girl. But I got through it, and I did it, of course, because I didn't have the bigger muscle, like a bigger brand or a bigger anything. It was all on me, but I felt like, no, man, I can't let, and the people that were there, literally my show is being requested. I'm going to go to Swaziland, Botswana, because people really requested, literally. And I'm doing it again in Johannesburg, recording it on the 5th of August, because I didn't record last year. And for the first time, I had a band in my show. Hey. I love music, and I think it sort of happened in the spiritual. My dad had a band, and my dad passed away last year in September. May his soul rest in peace. Yes. Funny enough, just before he passed away, I was so stressed with the show and the fact that I'm paying so much. Oh my God, when am I going to see this money? You know, I felt like I'm not going anywhere with it in terms of finances and whatnot. And then, of course, as a performer, that was disturbing my mood on stage. Yeah. And I was like, what is it that I can do that is going to make me feel like I'm going to kill this and bring me back to me and my mood and make sure. And I got myself a band. It was great. Now that I look back, I think that was my dad's band.
That's influence,
yeah. So definitely I'm performing with Luyanda Madobe, who also has just his album out, Jazz. They perform at the Orbit mostly.
Ooh,
yeah, in Johannesburg. Yes. So I have them, and I have like proper jazz people playing the instruments, and it's this lovely banter between comedy and jazz that happens. But it's not the whole show. You come and watch, but I still have my hour of performance.
So it's like it's a 2-for-1, basically.
Basically, instead of having just a DJ, I was like, how about and the live element is also nice, guys. I mean, it's great to see people playing the instruments live. And for me, it was the entry song. That's all I wanted.
That's all you wanted.
I needed to feel like a rock star. Yeah. So
that's all you needed.
It worked, and it was so awesome. So the work that has been put into the show, as much as maybe I didn't like sleep with the medium or something like that, but it really picked up my work and my image, and it really worked. It really worked on who I am as an artist, and I find myself, people in Comedy Central is associating with my show finally, and they promoting me for me, and which is great. And I was like, okay, now if I can, draw attention to such people like Comedy Central, then I'm doing such great work. And
you've been doing great work. Though.
Yeah, I'm very happy now.
Like, you've been doing great work. I think for me, you've been one of those individuals. Let's say, in entertainment standards, like your success came late, per se.
Yeah.
Like you entered into the entertainment
space,
world late.
Yeah.
But it's been a steady like race, and you're not at the finish line, but the middle's there, it's waiting. It says Celeste, and I think it's a great journey. So I think for me, you're a great example to show that it can happen at any time.
No, it can any time,
and don't wait for it to come now.
Listen, the spiritual level does not have time. I've been telling people things happen on time, not on time. It will be on time.
Yeah.
And so I'm very happy now that happened. Now that BLACKTAXTOUR is a thing, and everyone else knows when I say BLACKTAXTOUR, what is it that I'm talking about? For me, it's a beautiful thing, and how it came up together with, because I did Home Affairs, and then after that I did BLACKTAXTOUR since last year. It's crazy how the country has gone through exactly the stuff that I was thinking about. And people think I'm calling it BLACKTAXT now, that there's junk status, there's this. No. It was just something that I created before we even, as a country, go through this economic and crazy, financial reports that we keep on hearing about every day. So it's amazing to see and watch that when you are part of. Once Nina Simone said, as artists, we reflect the times. So sometimes when you are true to yourself, because it took me a long time to get to this type of material where I talk about something that resonates to everyone. It was usually nice to talk about sex, just leave it there. Hey, me and my girl went out drinking, we're cool. So it was great, and it's still great. That's a lovely material. But I'm 38, and there are certain issues and topics that come to me and say, like, I can't avoid this. You know what I mean? I can't avoid talking about BLACKTAXTOUR because I pay it.
Yeah.
I get home at Christmas time. Everybody's expecting Mother Christmas.
Auntie Celeste, what did you bring me? Where are my Nikes?
and I've received it as well. So you as black people, we understand where it comes from and why we have to pay this much. Although sometimes you're like, whoa, if there's an uncle at 45, I'm sorry, I don't pay for that.
No. No. I'm not about that life, eh?
Be careful when BLACKTAXTOUR becomes blackmail.
No. And don't we always have those uncles? I have plenty, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. Like, uncles,
you are in problems.
I love you, but no.
We have a diaspora uncle problem.
Yes. And there's this one uncle in Zim, actually, Ubaba Mncane. Yes, my Ubaba Mdala, actually, my older father. He's just like, Ntombi yam. When they always start with that, Ntombi yam.
And something is coming.
Something's coming. I'm just like, this man, like, I love you. Okay, let's hear it. So why don't you give me this? I was just like, this man. He thinks because I'm living in South Africa.
And it's a problem when you are single, when you are not married, people think you have money lying around.
And it's not.
What are you doing? Because you're not buying nappies. And you're like, what? And that's the truth. And that's so true. That's another thing we must talk about. Like, how come, more especially as women, the freedom of saying you are a bachelorette?
That's the best, yo.
No, but the society doesn't give you props, eh?
It doesn't.
They're like, yeah, who's gonna marry you with a car now? You're like, what? So I should not enjoy my successes because I must wait.
Like, that's the one thing my father said. He's like, so I'm buying you this car, even though it was a hand-me-down, but anyway, it was his car, then he gave it to me. And he was just like, the reason why I'm giving you this car is because the man that steps up to you must know that he must have a plan.
You know?
For you.
No.
Like, not because... Not saying women in taxis or whatever taking public transports don't have a plan.
Oh no, definitely. But you can't drive a taxi, but you have a house. I mean, hello.
Know? So he's just like, he must know that when he steps up to you, he mustn't say, "Oh, I'm driving a car," because you can drive yourself around.
But it's difficult. It's difficult. A cousin of mine said to me, "You know why you don't get a boyfriend? It's because you don't ask things. You must ask."
And I can't.
As much as silly as you can. Now the thing is, no. The problem is,
actually.
You can ask. What are you asking? People are like, you don't ask. You don't even ask for a wave. Well, I don't want to. If I want to go to Greece.
Can you give me?
You see now,
and then like,
it starts to be a problem.
Like,
yeah.
You told me I'm not asking, but I'm asking.
Exactly. So it's like they want you to ask what they want you to ask. You must not ask 100,000 towards my business.
Shame.
You must ask for data.
I can buy my own data on a monthly basis. What do you think of the state of comedy in South Africa and, of course, Africa as a whole right now?
I think the world needs... There is a shift in understanding. You know, this year, when this year started, I'm very much in those spiritual stuff. This year is year one in a universal calendar, if you may call it that way. So the 9 cycles, this one is the first year where whatever that you plant this year will manifest
the following years to come, probably 9 years, whatever it is that you're working on. This is a year of the beginning. That's why in 2016 you have a lot of heroes and people,
legends leaving us, and a lot of
that was a
natural stuff, because it was the wrap-up time.
That was a painful year. We lost so many people.
So there's a lot of mind shift in people as well. You look into adverts these days, they're starting to show natural hair. They're starting to show. Look at it carefully, slowly. It hasn't been in your face thing, but count how many ads in a day that you watch that represent you now. Things like shows like Isbai. It's a paradigm shift on people. At some point, people were not going to accept that. Like, why Zulu? Why this? Because we've always come to a point. We come from a culture where we were taught to hate ourselves. So to undo the damage, we need to as well look into ourselves. There's no other way into it. So I'm very hopeful with what's going on in the world in terms of comedy, because as much as comedians are crazy, they are honest and they bring a point of view. There's no comedian that I watch the show and I don't come out with something from that show, and how the world is being viewed, how the world views us, and whatever the issues that the comedian might be raising. So in South Africa it is much more important because we are such a dialect country, and only now, after 23 years, people are waking up into, okay, what's going on politically? Because we've been happy. It was freedom, guys. We gave people to handle things. We were partying. We were okay. And now I think our situation is questioning us. What is it that we know? What is it that we understand? And where we're going as a country, as a collective. So that's why comedy becomes a healing process then. That's why people love it so much, because I go there, I laugh. And I go there and I get to engage with this particular topic or whatever it is that is being faced there. And I engage with it in a very nice way, where I'm not being, subjected to certain things or pointed, but it's an objective point of view. So that's why comedians are becoming much more important, because even with legal things and institutional things, people are questioning those things. Marriages, religion, people are questioning those things because it's been centuries, it's not happening. So everyone else is like, okay, guys, really? Are we still going to believe this thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why you see the shift in how people do things. So comedy is very, very important because we literally are social commentators. Just reminding people what's going on out there.
Like you're making us
nice
laugh,
way.
but you're also making us think
Of
about
course.
the situation that's happening right now.
Of course, because it's hard for a normal person just to believe how you just watch politicians talk there. You don't see how they relate to who you are and your daily living. How does Minister of so and so's decision to do this affect you?
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things that we don't. I mean, people are tired, guys, and I understand. I mean, we're from apartheid, we tired for the next generation. I mean,
Now we want it all.
now we want it all. We want to slay, wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock, there's a, I woke up like this. Such a beautiful life we all
And the
want.
land.
Oh gosh.
And the economy.
It must come back, this land. Eh?
Yeah.
And some people are asking, what are you going to do with it? Don't worry, we're going to figure it out.
Don't worry. When we come back from this, the $1 million question is coming up with Celeste Ntuli. Let's hear a little bit of what WizKid has to say about the love of African music.
I'm sure you're like, yo, people.
A funny thing is, I like people that talk a lot because I learn something from them. I'm as much as I talk, I'm a very I'm
reserved kind of person.
I'm an extroverted introvert.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I see
I'm that type of person.
Oh yeah, I always go like those people. Okay, what happens? You like?
I like observing.
Yeah, you more like a Sweet 16 fashion style, where they wear very short kinky shorts and then warm shoes, and you're like. And a vest and a sweat. And you're like, okay, yeah, hot and cold.
So what are you doing here? So Celeste, thank you so much for coming through.
Oh my God, thank
do
you.
have one final question for you about what we do here at Trans Africa.
Okay.
So we play 100% African music.
Oh yes.
So even though you're not a musician, you are in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
So what does it mean to know that there is a platform out here that is 100% African and is supportive of Africa?
You don't understand. For me, you are like a Mr. Right. Where have you been? I've been waiting and this shouldn't be a special thing. I mean, I feel like if all of Africa and more especially South Africa could listen to this radio station and understand the music that you guys play every day, and you don't put a percentage on it. It's African music. It's African music.
Yeah.
So for me, it's important. I might not be a musician, but whatever WizKid or Davido or Kenyan music are talking about, I listen. And I listen, and I have a better understanding because music is that's why it's a universal language. And I feel like it's going to teach us to be us mostly because the content in there reminds you that you are familiar with this thing. It might be so and so MC whatever, but when this beat hits you, your hip tells you that you are African. It just goes yeah.
African woman.
So it's a beautiful music. I love it. For me, I've always loved it from Fella's days and before it became popish or whatnot. When it was high life, I loved this music. So it's an amazing thing to find people listening to it now and enjoying, and not only in my corner in my people when I'm cooking. Yeah, when you're cooking with your people, it's like, let me try to be a DJ. And they keep on asking, when are you playing Beyonce? Like, don't kill my vibe.
No. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You've been
Thank
an
you so much.
joy right now in studio. You must come back again.
I will. And I know people have been asking all tickets, all from different cities at CompuTickets.
CompuTickets.
Yes. And I'm going to start in Durban on the 29th of July and then Joburg on the 5th of August.
It's around the corner.
Yeah. 29th of July, I'm in Durban. 5th of August, I'm at Silver Star in Johannesburg. It's the first time performing at Silver Star. And I'm going to record that show. So come looking nice, just in case the camera catches you.
Hey. And how can we catch you on social media?
Social media is Celeste Ntuli, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You don't change the working for
government name.
Yeah.
It's working so nicely, guys. Not this. Guys, like some of the
I/1/1 official.com. Like, is that still your name?
This is Trans Africa Radio.